Hello, everybody. This is Source Code X, aka Jazz Fusion Guy. And when I run across a little tool or figure out a technique that helps me get things done, I like to tell people about it. So, I ordered one of these multi purpose flash drives that works not only with an iPad Pro or an iPhone, but this device, I think they just call themselves JD Memory when you download the app. Fairly decent manual. And this is what it looks like. This is a 128 gigabyte flash drive. And here's your USB port here. And inside, this is your USB-C port, which goes into my Samsung phone, which is great. And on the other end, you have your connection for your iPad, iPad Pro, iPhone. Now, it all looks pretty straightforward. I just picked this up off of eBay for about $25. It's an open box, and it sells new on Amazon for like $31.99. Now, you would think, wow, this will be straightforward, easy, just moving files back and forth. Well, if all you want to do is move videos and photos out of your iPad or your iPhone's photos area, yeah, it's easy. Now, if you want to move an audio file, music or something like that, it's pretty darn tricky. In fact, the only workaround I figured out, because this device would not allow me to just move the audio file straight to itself, what I had to do was convert the WAV file, believe it or not, into an MP4 file, which is a movie file. And then I had to move that to my photos. Then what I had to do was download that MP4 file and open up some software of mine called GOLDWAVE and open up the MP4 file and then reconvert it back to a WAV file. And it did not lose any of its integrity. That's kind of what you run into with Apple operating system. They don't allow moving files very easily. And you can also move document files as well. So if you just want to move movies and photos, it's great. And you will need an app for the Apple products. Now, if you're going to use your connection here, your USB-C, on an Android phone, you pretty much plug it in and you go to whatever app you have on your phone that handles files, and it's pretty much 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to get this back together again. There we go. Yeah, you plug in your USB-C into your Android phone, and moving files back and forth is easy. What I experimented and did was I moved files from my phone onto my iPad, And then with not as much ease, I moved files from my iPad to my phone, and via USB port, I was able to move files from my iPad over to my PC, my desktop computer. Now, the other thing about this little device that I found out was there are many of these in different varieties on Amazon. And I actually read the reviews and how great it was going to work. They were terrible. They did not work at all. So I wound up sending back many of these flash drives that are supposed to work with Apple products. It didn't work. But this guy here, the JD Power, or the this logo here, JD TDC, that comes in the box like this. This guy actually works. This guy actually does the job. And I like the build on it. This is not flimsy at all. So that's just a recommendation from me, but remember, if you want to move audio files, it's going to be tricky if you're trying to move them off of like an iPad, because you are going to have to convert them. You have to download the Media Convert app from the Apple Store, convert your WAV file or your MP3 file into an MP4 file, which is a movie extension. Then you'll be allowed to move that, save that to photos. Then you'll have access to it and you can move it. But if you're trying to move that to a PC or to a phone, you're going to have some software that'll convert MP4 file into the audio file of your choice. But other than that, I highly recommend this little guy. It works. Ciao.